meeting an old flame for first time in 20 years. Feeling really excited and miserable at the same time, contacted first ever boyfriend. 2-year relationship. On FR and have now arranged to meet up in 2 weeks. He is married to and has been responding to my emails enthusiastically. Was originally just lunch, now seems to be sacrificing his whole day for me. Problem is I've unhappy with DH at the moment and feel confused. Old boyfriend, mega successful barrister, rich, good looking etc. DH bit of a loser. Bitter, angry and bad-tempered. Should I meet up or not? Curiosity and I suppose self-consciously a desire for a bit of excitement. Reassurance that I'm still attractive to after 20 years. DH ignores me most of time. Sex life non-existent. I am angry with DH because he's patronizing towards me most of time too. Don't know. Not initially anyway. Feel at a crisis point in life where have outgrown present relationship and am only hanging on for the children. Fantasize about leaving when youngest, now 7, is older, would not want to break up family unit but feels sacrificing own happiness completely at moment. What worries me too is DH, although usually V knows he has not asked me about who I'm meeting. Involves a full day out with no childcare responsibilities. I haven't told him who it is and he has not asked. It's like he's pretending not to care, or he knows that I will come home feeling sad and he'll enjoy that. Thanks for your post, not my name. You are probably right, it will make me unhappy, but the temptation is hard to resist to keep telling myself that he is only meeting me as a friend, as he has done with others at college. And there is no romantic agenda, but perhaps I am kidding myself. I can imagine myself suffering the same feelings as your ex. In fact, I already have some of those feelings without even seeing him. I suppose I must be rather lonely, as we have been exchanging emails about music. No one I know shares my taste for opera. And for the first time for ages I feel alive and like a separate person from family. It's so addictive. Curiosity and I suppose self-consciously a desire for a bit of excitement. Reassurance that I'm still attractive to after 20 years. DH ignores me most of time. Sex life non-existent. I am angry with DH because he's patronizing towards me most of time too. Don't know. Not initially anyway. Feel at a crisis point in life where have outgrown present relationship and am only hanging on for the children. Fantasize about leaving when youngest, now 7, is older. Would not want to break up family unit but feels sacrificing own happiness completely at moment. What worries me too is DH, although usually V knows he has not asked me about who I'm meeting. Involves a full day out with no childcare responsibilities. I haven't told him who it is and he has not asked. It's like he's pretending not to care, or he knows that I will come home feeling sad and he will enjoy that. Thanks for your post, not my name. You are probably right, it will make me unhappy, but the temptation is hard to resist to keep telling myself that he is only meeting me as a friend, as he has done with others at college. And there is no romantic agenda, but perhaps I am kidding myself. I can imagine myself suffering the same feelings as your ex. In fact, I already have some of those feelings without even seeing him. I suppose I must be rather lonely as we have been exchanging emails about music. No one I know shares my taste for opera. And for the first time for ages I feel alive and like a separate person from family. It's so addictive. Thanks so much for all your advice, Mumnitas. It really is giving me food for thought. I guess I hope it will turn out like Tiger Moth's experiences. But we'll probably end up like Princess P-Head and feel really bittersweet about whole thing. Another thing that occurred to me last night was that the lunch table is booked at the Savoy Grill. Which means of course that there is a room available above us. Is this significant? Choice of restaurant is his as nearby his chambers. Am I being too suspicious? Thanks for being so positive, Space Monkey. How many times has this kind of thing happened to you? I really am at the end of my tether with DH and know he is making no effort at all to improve things. I am always suggesting going out together as a couple, having sex, etc. He's just not interested. He has always had low libido, i.e., never once. 2. And this has left me with critically low self-esteem. All the other men are always telling him I'm attractive, apparently. Feel as though I am withering away. What's more, if we do have sex, he always pulls my tummy and says it's fat, focusing on my worst feature. It's only flabby after 2 kids and eyes a size 10 to 12. We went to Relate once after particularly bad time and has said it was a waste of time. He always says to me if I'm not happy I should just leave. Yes, Dinosaur, he is insecure. He used to be high-flying banker when we first got together with excellent job, but somehow, although he is intelligent Oxford graduate, has fluffed every career opportunity since, with the result that we had to sell our house in London and move back to Midlands. This has made him bitter. He has no real friends and is miserable. Now and then there is a spark of the old DH, but not often. Everything is overlaid with bitterness and anger. He swears constantly, for example, at me and the children who be upset by it. He does know that I think of him as being a bit of a loser. In a working world where your salary is just as a guide to your success, he earns less now than 20 years ago doing the same job. He has always promised me unrealistic things he can't possibly deliver and seems to delight in raising my hopes only to dash them. He belittles any achievement I make too. To be honest, I am only sticking around for the children, as I value the family unit above all else, and have often threatened to leave when they are older in the past just as a cry for help, but now I really mean it. I understand what you are saying, but the fact is I am only meeting up for lunch, if at all. Thanks, Dinosaur. You seem to understand. Have just decided not to meet up. Seem like it could cause too much trouble all round and have voicemailed him to say it's all off. Feel miserable as a result. Just tell me I've done the right thing. Please. Crunchy, you absolutely hit the nail on the head. I am crying out for DH to notice me. I think that is what this is all about. By the way, it was Me who contacted X first. Not sure where to go from here though. If I tell D about fact that I was tempted to meet X, I am sure he would just laugh and not take it seriously. In fact, he never takes anything I say seriously, especially when I am being talking. Emotions. By the way, X has been emailing me to ask why no meeting and pleading with me to change my mind. Much pressure being exerted. Feel confused and unhappy. Wish now that I had never contacted him in first place. FR curse and all that. It feels now though as if a barrier has been crossed and it's difficult to go back. Noddy 5. He'd probably laugh or just say, "Oh really? Wobbly nicks, well I'm not going so it's academic now, but I would have probably wanted attention and admiration. Romance. I.e. what is missing from my marriage. And maybe the other thing as well. But he probably won't fancy me anymore, as when we last met it was 20 years ago and I had a model figure." Yes, Chandra, there is a bit of that going on. Emotional abuse. He would deny it, of course. Wobbly nicks, OMG really? I thought all men were superficial, or are they just sex mad? That's interesting, Beetroot. It's nice to hear that something positive could come out of a meeting. Most people seem to think only negative things with this sort of thing. What an ego boost. Easy, he has told me that he isn't as thin as he used to be. Actually, was like a stick. Interesting. Thanks Space Monkey. Lou 33 lol. Lucky you being size 10. Yes Chandra, I think there is an element of that. Actually. I've been stunned by his enthusiastic response considering I dumped me originally. Yes. I feel life is now too short not to go after what really makes you happy. If you know what or who that is. Especially now I am 41, which feels ancient. OMG, now I feel even more confused than when I originally posted. I can see the two sides to the argument but don't know if the right thing to do is follow head or heart. Yes, I think he would mind a lot but may not notice unless I'm at the obvious. Sorry, last answer to Space Monkey. Chandra, that's gruesome. How embarrassing. Easy, cool abbreviation by the way. The problem is I don't know how to resolve my situation. Space Monkey, have tried both those things millions of times and no good. As I say, I am at the end of my tether. Lou 33 all has happened over last couple of weeks. Thanks for all your advice, really do appreciate it. Got to go now as DH is going to walk through door any minute. Speak again soon. Have a good Friday evening. Thanks baby Steffi for putting the other side of the story. I agree that his marriage is not my responsibility, just as me marriage is not his. We only email as friends after all, there has been no romantic content at all. Thanks getting there, you have given a really 100% positive opinion. I hope you are right, my self-esteem could certainly do with a boost at the moment. I feel so wretched that it's difficult even for me to make small talk with mums at the school gate. It's a vicious circle. The more unhappy you are, the less easy social contact becomes and people start to think that you are cold and unfriendly, so you feel worse, etc. Not too bad today. Jampot has had successful shopping trip worth best friend. Superficial, I know. Thanks for asking. DH being nice at the moment. Have decided to go to lunch with her old boyfriend after all. What the heck, you only live once. As far as we know. Regular user, is this an old boyfriend or someone you have recently met? Thanks B-Troop, but will have to be restrained as he has. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.